After being on death row for almost 20 years, players like Blake Griffin, Russell Westbrook, Trae Young, and others are all joining teams to fight for Julius Jones' freedom. What's going on, Fumble fam? It's your boy Chris, also known as CK2K over on my YouTube channel. But make sure you subscribe right here, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to like this video. Now, we are going to talk today about Julius Jones, a case that I had briefly discussed over on the Fumble Live. Make sure you subscribe so you can catch that every day during the week. But I wanted to break down this case that is a case that players that you know is out fighting for this man's freedom, and we need to break down why they are fighting for his freedom in this video. In 2002, Julius Jones was convicted of first-degree murder for the death of a 45-year-old man named Paul Howell. Paul Howell was shot in the head on July 28, 1999 while sitting in his car in his parents' driveway. Howell's sister Megan Toby was the only eyewitness. Officers found 2 shell casings on the scene, and the suspect was described to be a young black male wearing a white shirt and a red bandana over their face. This led to police going to Julius Jones' home, where they completely ransacked his place, breaking windows, busting through doors, and going through their family's personal belongings. In the end, Julius Jones was arrested, and on the way to the Edmond Police Department, it was reported that Detective Tony Fike stopped at 122nd and Western Avenue and told Jones to get out of the cop car. Jones claimed that the officer took the handcuffs off and said to him, "Run, I dare you, run." Jones said that he stood there frozen, knowing that if he ran, he'd be shot and killed. Now, just last year, Julius Jones filed a clemency report, and this was part of what he put in his clemency report. He said, "As God as my witness, I was not involved in any way in the crimes that led to Howell being shot and killed. I have spent the past 20 years on death row for a crime I did not commit, did not witness, and was not at." Jones also stated that he never received a fair trial, saying that juror Jerry Brown said the trial was a waste of time and that they should just take that out and shoot him behind the jail. Baker Mayfield, who is an athlete that has been fighting against this trial, said this after reading Julius Jones' clemency report. He said, "Every American is supposed to be guaranteed a fair trial and impartial trial. But when your arresting officer calls you the N-word, when a juror calls you the N-word, and when all of this unfolds in the context of decades of death penalty convictions slanted against black men, it is impossible to conclude that Julius received fair and impartial treatment." A Julius Jones coalition has been established that consists of family members, friends, and community organizers pursuing Jones's innocence. Since then, the coalition has garnered some support from pro athletes like Baker Mayfield, but also Blake Griffin, Russell Westbrook, Trae Young, and Buddy Hield. Each player spoke out at different times on the wrongful conviction led by Blake Griffin, who said, "I don't pretend to know the ins and outs of the justice system. I just know the story, and I know that it'd be a true tragedy and shame for another innocent person to not only be jailed, but put to death." Here we are months later, and with tons of inconsistencies in the initial investigation, as well as Oklahoma having previous executions mishandled, the fight continues, still hoping to free Julius Jones. Along with the athletes named earlier, Kim Kardashian West, who has been heavily involved with criminal justice reform, spoke out in defense for Julius's case. Kim's team spearheaded the letter-writing campaign that had a collection of voices from the athletes named before, along with other influential people, to fight for this case. The fight for Julius Jones continues, and we are all hoping that the governors heed the voices of everybody that is fighting for the freedom of Julius Jones. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is a crime that he is wrongfully convicted for? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below. It's been your boy Chris. I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. I'm out.